Yet another beautiful day in Norway, Oslo, and today I'm having some fun with my Sony FDR X3000. Just a fantastic videos. I've been doing a lot of research on this camera just to find the perfect setting for it, and actually found a video by Camera Conspiracy where he's telling us to do something about the EV setting on the camera. It seems to be overexposing a lot, and that's always an issue, especially when you're vlogging with the camera. If you have the EV set too low, your face is completely blown out, and also the skies, of course. So I'm gonna test it today and just see if it is any better at all, and of course try some different settings with the EV setting. But he actually recommended to set the EV comp as low as possible, and on this camera I can see that if you set the EV to -2, I'll be usually filming with this camera in -0.3, and yes, it seems to be not enough, especially on a bright sunny day. So today I just want to test the camera and see, setting the EV comp as low as -2, does it make it any better? And of course filming in 4K and neutral colors, because in neutral colors on the Sony FDR X3000 it's possible to grade the footage a little bit. We're going to test it now and see. We are starting with -0.3, what I usually do in 4K, and just crank it down to -1 and -2, just to see. This is the first test with the Sony FDR X3000. 4K neutral color, setting the EV setting, the exposure setting to -0.3. The sun is behind me. How does this look? Am my face blown out, or does it look pretty good? It's quite bright outside, and the sun, like I said, is behind me. So let's switch the EV setting to -1 and see if that makes a huge difference. I think it is, but let's test it. Yeah guys, I switch the EV composition or exposure setting to -1. It's quite bright, as you probably have seen, but the weather is beautiful, and this is EV setting set to -1, 4K neutral color profile. Of course I'm gonna do some slight adjustment with the clips, but I also want to show you side by side without any color grading and with slightly color grading, not much at all. You don't need to do too much with the footage from the Sony FDR. I think that a lot of people are actually filming in vibrant, but I think with neutral you have a little bit more to do with the image, so it looks a little bit better. But this is the EV setting to -1. How does that look? Could I even crank it down more? Let's do that to -2 and just see if there is a big difference. Of course we're going to put the image side by side in -0.3, -1 and -2. So let's switch to EV set to -2. Let's test that. We are now switched to -2 to the EV setting. How does this look? Is it far too much, or is it any good at all? Let's put the image with -1 side by side with -2 on the EV setting, exposure setting. I think it's extremely important to adjust the EV setting on the camera, just so your image doesn't look blown out and you have some details, especially your face. But of course the rest of the image too is also extremely important. But this is EV setting set to -2. How does this look? Let's set it to actually 0. I think most people are usually filming with the EV setting set to minus or just 0. Let's try that and see how that looks side by side. This is actually what I think most people are usually filming in, just setting the EV setting to 0, because they think that that's the best way to do it, and in some condition it actually is. But I think it's important as soon as the lighting conditions are slightly bright, you have some daylight, it's extremely important just to try to adjust the EV setting a little bit. Usually you need to go on the negative side, but sometimes you actually need to go to the positive side. That means plus on the EV setting. But how does this look? This is 0. I think most people are usually not doing anything with the EV setting, but this is set to 0. Like now, we set the EV comp to -2. The sun is straight on my face. It's quite bright, it's beautiful. But I really love to do this, just to test different setting and try to find the sweet spot for me. I'm still learning. It's so difficult. People are making thousands of videos on the right setting. Use this. I think, like I said, the most important thing is just to test and learn. That's the only way to get good at it. Just do different things and just play with it. Have fun with it. That's important. God, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Let me turn the camera so you can see the beautiful nature. It's fantastic. One negative thing about this camera is probably the stabilization, especially on trails like this, because it's so uneven. But usually when you're vlogging on asphalt, it's no problem at all, no issues. But like this, it can be a little bit difficult to have stable image. That's beautiful. It is beautiful. And it's warm. It's 25 degrees. It's fantastic. I just love it. So this was a fun little test with this camera. Hopefully the image looks okay. But I think filming in 4K and just play with the settings, but set the camera to neutral because you can do so much more with the grading. And yeah, just have fun, just play with it. That's the point. So of course many cameras and most people actually just record with the automatic settings, and then it's important that the camera performs pretty good. But you usually just need to do small adjustment to get pretty good image quality, because people don't want to watch a video with extremely bad quality, especially if they can't see your face at all. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video is helpful in some ways. This is a tip actually from Camera Conspiracy. Great channel, really fun reviews. But he's in love with this camera, and so am I. I think it's just excellent. It is. So thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumb up, and of course subscribe to my channel. And if you want to support my channel, buy me a coffee. The link is down below. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.